Last night, the Islanders' families came for a chat. They came for a chat, and they were not mincing their words, and they certainly are not for the faint of heart. I mean, it was to the point where I was like, cause like if it were me, I would be like, somebody please tell mama to not come up here with that. Okay, like it's a game, mom. Help me sell it. Help me sell it. I was just like, these people are trying to destroy whatever little bit of connection we think or we may want to see that we think that we see. They're like, nope. I was just like, oh my goodness. But on one hand, I really did appreciate the authenticity and the honesty, because they were very, very honest in how they felt and what they saw. And I get it, in some ways it's adorable. But what I don't love, there's a couple of things what I don't like about this particular format. First of all, I love for the Islanders to be surprised. I just don't like, and I know I've said it and I'll continue to say it, I just think this season has been so calculated. Now, granted, there's always, manipulation and all that in every season, and editing, all those things go into play. But it's so contrived. I would have liked to see them just kind of be shocked and be ready on the spot. Because, now granted, maybe they of course, they didn't know necessarily what the parents were going to say, what was going to come out of their mouths. But given their authenticity, I would have loved to seen just some real natural kind of surpriseness. And what I also would have liked to see is them be able to have the one-on-one conversations with the couple as well as the family member. I don't agree with the format of doing it in front of everybody. Again, and I know y'all always hear me stressing about this mental health, and people will say it's a game, but this show has ruined so many people's mental health. And to the point sometimes I question myself. I'm like, girl, why do you watch it? You should not be a part of this. But I don't like that. I don't like just the possibility of what can come out of people's mouths and to have that done in front of everybody when you've already kind of, you've been dumped, you've been, rejected, you've been, talked about for this, whatever the reason. It's just like, I think that is such a real moment because they are in the outside world of the families and you don't know what they're going to say. I would have preferred the format of the couple talks to each family and then each individual person gets to talk to their family, because sometimes it's just stuff that I think the person needs to hear and that other person does not need to hear, so that way they can assess their decisions. But they then can also go back and, kind of choose what they want to share, but they'll still kind of make their own decisions. So y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all like that format, or do you prefer the kind of one-on-one experience? Yeah, I don't know. Y'all know, like, I think, they be pushing mental health to the limits for me. But in that, so the top parents. Now for me, Bergie, first of all, I know I got to keep shouting out Bergie with the beard is everything, okay? A beard can take you places. It can really take you places. Not that Bergie was ever a bad looking guy, but that beard is taking him places, okay? So Bergie, love the beard. Oh, Bergie, baby. His dad and his granddad, Lord knows I did not know what his granddad was going to say. Let me know in the comments if you got a little nervous, if you know what I mean. I did not know where Bergie's granddad was going at first. I was like, but, he felt, his dad just, this stuff that he didn't want to see, that he felt like nobody should see. But his granddad was very honest and said he feels like it's a forced connection. And, and y'all know I've been very honest about not feeling like it's a whole bunch of real connections. But what I will say, because I've been trying to do my little, you try to get some backstory and feel, while I don't think there are sparks, I don't think there's really sparks for anybody on the show. I think that, you can see some people maneuvering in the real world possibly, or at least hooking up. But I don't see any sparks for anybody. But I do think that Taylor and Bergie could work. There's some quirkiness about her, and I think it could be okay. Like, I've had my eye on her, and so I totally get where Granddad's coming from. And just given Bergie's experience since he stepped into the villa, and people, I think, knowing that he's liked, and some, and people are trying to use him. I totally get. And of course, just probably I can't say, but just it sounds like from what maybe Bergie they seen him experience, growing up and having that full picture. They're very protective. I do like Grandma was so adorable. Just, she's happy for him to have these experiences that she just felt like she'd never see. Of course, eventually, but, to see him kind of really navigate it in real time and then so much, and for him to be able to adapt to it. So I really thought that was adorable. Now, Bergie really, it seems like he really puts a lot of faith into his family. So I think this is a good experience for Bergie and anybody like in this situation where you do rely so much on your family to kind of really, take that leap of faith. And it doesn't mean that he takes it with Taylor or not, but to be in a situation where you really do have to choose because, of course, you have faith in your family, but also you share a unique experience with this person that only the nuances of, and to decide whether, okay, what my family sees, is that is that right? Did they see it? Because they obviously, we see sometimes a little bit more than they see. I don't think we've seen anything completely horrible with like Taylor that would put up like a million red flags as far as being dishonest. But, I think that'll be good to see kind of what Bergie does because he kind of said he was done. And so I want to know, does that mean he's done? So that will be interesting to see. And these parents talking about them seeing more than what the Islanders see because they're like us, they're viewers. When I heard Leo's mom, I was so glad she brought it up because it just seems to get brushed over so much. And she didn't make the biggest deal about it, but when she said, okay, on movie night, I know they showed you and like what you did. Okay, fine, cute. But I was a little disappointed that they didn't show more of her reaction when she first walked through the villa, because just because they try to flip the story with this music and all that, no. Like those of us who were watching, we saw that Cassie was on her whatever too in her exploration. And, I just thought that it was minimized a great deal. It was just very like a snippet and then kind of, Leo's just trash because he slept with this girl. So I would have liked to see, I didn't feel like the couples really elaborated on some of the things that were said. Now, some of that's for different reasons, for personality. I think Bergie was just in shock in his situation. We're going to get to Destiny in a minute because I think her and Kyle were one of the only ones I felt like that went a little bit deeper and just really kind of digging. Bergie and Taylor could have, but I think Bergie was just mentally just done in that moment and really wanted to process what was said. But yes, Leo's mom did bring that up. Cassie's mom and friend and sister, I don't think they were the craziest about Leo, but I think they're trying to be polite. I know the sister, or was it the friend, who genuinely tried to make sure that I like you and Johnny together. That's cute. Oh yeah, Leo too. That's what it felt like. Definitely not mad at it. It's something to process, but now there is, we got Scott's family. Scott's mom just said, I hope you can get a real connection this time that works out. That was hilarious to me in the sense of Scott and Johnny had just come with all this energy trying to defend their little, and again, I guess nothing against them, but trying to defend this situation that they're in. Nobody cares. You wanted to stay on the show. It's completely okay. You don't have to try to, I get it, I guess, because you're trying to also convince the public. But we have eyes. Don't insult our intelligence. You definitely, now what I will say about Scott was interested in Johnny and trying to pursue her. However, Johnny, you were waiting for Leo and you were politely dismissed kind of. Cassie, and I said this without no malice or disrespect. I'm just, Leo wanted to go back to Cassie. Cassie kind of, I hate to say, kind of played you a little bit in that situation and did what we all knew she was going to do. And I think you knew too. And then, Scott was convenient. Now, whether something can come of this and you guys can try to sell it to us, perhaps. You don't have long, obviously. But we saw what we saw. So when Taylor was talking to her, first of all, Taylor didn't even owe you that much. She was being polite and just trying to let you know it's nothing personal. This was just why we did what we did. And I was just like, okay, girl. And then when Scott went to Bergie, and it was just like, well, I'm kind of, like, where I'm confused because he wants you to give you a good reason. No, the reason he gave was the reason he gave, and that's all you need. Like, they don't owe you anything else. But I do love that Bergie. I love that Bergie will look you right in your eye, and he's gonna say what he's gonna say, not back down. Very matter of fact, it is what it is. Hey, have a nice day. And I think, again, no love lost, but like, y'all, come on. We see what we see, and that's okay. Now let's get to Destiny and Kyle. Now, Destiny's family, I love that they're like, Destiny is their baby girl, and it's just like, whoo, thank God, we didn't have to watch some of the stuff we've seen in the Hideaway. Unlike, Marco's grandmother, who was just like, feels like she's watching soft porn when she's seeing, this is just my ad-libs to the situation. Legs shaking, covers going over heads, and all this kind of stuff, foul language. What are we doing? Destiny's family can rest assured that she did not do that. So I was happy for her in that moment that she was able to have that respectable moment. However, Kyle's mom said, you might not be doing that, but you were messy, and I don't like that attitude. I liked it. It seemed like his mother sister, and then his mom. Y'all forgive me for my little details. But they, we liked you at first, like you were nice, and then, no, your attitude was trash, and you're messy, and you keep drama up. Now, that is tough because you can be placed in situations, because when Destiny first came in, she was top on my list. I really, really like Destiny. And there have been some moments that I just have not really felt her attitude. I really have not. But it is tough because once you do, timing is everything. Timing is everything. I do like the calmness of Kyle to Destiny. I think it's bringing out a mellowness kind of, and I don't know if it's bringing out a mellowness, and also it's just sometimes, you're spent. I don't know if she's spent, she's exhausted. It is what it is kind of attitude, but I'm okay with them. I'm okay. Again, I don't feel sparks from anybody in the villa, so I'm okay with Kyle and Destiny. But his mom saying that, first of all, again, I hate that these people are saying that in front of them, but it's nothing against mama because that's the space that she was given. But, I just wish that maybe she would have gotten a chance to say that to Kyle, not in front of Destiny, and then if Kyle wanted to then go back and address it. But I do like that Destiny addressed it head on, saying she wasn't bothered. I hope that's true. But to say, just, to look to see how does that make you feel. And Taylor really did it with Bergie as well, even though you could tell she was really hurt, unlike Destiny didn't seem to be as fazed. But, saying, I love that kind of aspect from both ladies and kind of looking out for their person. But yeah, Destiny seems to be very confident that once she meets the parents or the family, that they'll be okay. But yeah, that was a very, very real moment, and just kind of no, I really don't like you. But I mean, given the situation, I really wish that they just, and maybe tomorrow night, we'll see a little bit more just honest conversation. But honestly, I feel like we're on a road, a speed race to the end. And I don't know if that's why some stuff is being done the way it did. I don't know if they timed out everything. I feel like in last season and some of the seasons prior, it just flowed. I don't know if they brought too many people in the villa at one time. That it just seems a little bit rushed now. We're just trying to hurry up. We got to get through because we got to get to Sunday. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments, because we do have a vote to win. Well, we got people going home tomorrow, so we've got 2 more people so we can get to our finalists. Who do you see? Do you guys see the obvious in the finals? Do you see Destiny and Kyle, Johnny and Scott going home tomorrow? Who do you see? Who do you got? What did you think of these parents and their honesty? Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure you talk. I talk back. Have fun with me, guys. You guys have a blessed, beautiful, beautiful day. And cheers to the weekend, guys. We will talk real soon.